to make you think.
Think.
You
Think.
live in a world made by you.
Think.
A world
Think.
of fact and fantasy.
Think.
But where does fact
Think.
end
Think.
and fantasy begin?
Think.
This is a program
Think.
designed
Think.
to make you
Think.
think.
Think. Think. Think.
They're about ready now. Some lights from the ship just blinked on and off. In just a few seconds. A few more. They're gone. The Venture is out of sight. Log entry, The Venture. 1 hour out from Earth. Destination, Mars. Past Kennelly Heaviside layer without incident. Rate of speed, 450,000 miles per hour. With planet Mars at its closest point to Earth, 35 million miles. Calculate duration of voyage to be roughly 3.5 days. Captain John Black, Master. Log entry, The Venture. 12 hours out from Earth. Ship navigated supertension atmospheric forces. One shield generator broke down, replaced by booster. Yeah?
Lieutenant Lustig reporting, sir.
Oh, come in, Pete.
The report on our trajectory, sir.
Put it on my desk. Pete,
Yes, sir.
how do you feel?
Just wonderful. Sitting up there in the observation turret, I don't know how to say it. The sights, I mean. The moon so close and the Earth looking like Mars, sir. Well, sir, do you really think we'll make it?
Who is it?
Dr. Hingston, Captain. May I come in?
Oh, sure, Sam.
You weren't asleep, were you, John?
No, sir, no. I was just sitting here thinking.
Now, don't think about it too much. Sleep instead. You need all the sleep you can get.
Who sleeps? Who sleeps when he has no way of knowing what's waiting for him? Oh, look at it, Sam. Mars. How would you describe it? That glittering blob of red.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Will it consume us? Spew our dust out into space? Or maybe it's the Elysian Fields, huh? It's all charm and sweetness and moonlight shining on the restless dead. Which will it be, Sam?
I don't know. All I know is they told me I was an expert in space medicine. Randolph Field on a plot of ground called Texas, they told me that. That's all I know.
Yep. Have a drink, Sam?
Yeah, sure. That's enough, John. Wonder what they're drinking on Mars. Well, off to my rounds.
Rounds? You're supposed to be in the sack. What rounds?
Well, I'll tell you, Captain. You know, sometimes a man just can't sleep. Happens to me sometimes. So I just wander through the ship, check on the boys, see that they're tucked in
So
properly.
that's what you're doing with me, huh, Sam?
No, of course not.
Yeah. Oh, wait
Well,
a minute. I'll go with you. Is it all right?
Well, you're men.
They don't seem to have any trouble. Look at them.
Don't begrudge them their sleep, John. It should happen to you and me.
What made them do it? What made them volunteer?
Man keeps looking for something. There are no new frontiers, only new worlds.
They had it all in the comic strips. Who's that? Who's that man? He's not one of the crew.
Well, he has to be. It's just this strange light. Wait, I'll check the card on his bunk. The card says he's Lieutenant Peter Lustig, our observer.
Huh? It's not Pete. That's an old man. Wake him up.
Wake up. You. Wake up. Come on, wake up.
What's happened? Who is it? What do you want? Oh, it's you, Dr. Hingston. The captain.
Who are you? What are you doing aboard my ship?
Sir, I don't understand.
Who are you? An old man with the end of travel?
John, don't.
Speak up, answer me.
This must be a joke, sir. You know me, sir. I'm Lieutenant Peter Lustig.
What are you talking about?
You don't believe me, Captain. I don't understand. You don't... Here, look. The identification bracelet on my wrist. My hands. What's happened to my hands? They're spotted and twisted. Like an old man's.
Oh, wait. Okay.
Stop. Take your hands off me.
Sam, what is this?
Here, give me that mirror. Give me my mirror.
Sam, take that mirror away from me.
My face. My face, it's not mine. This face, it's not mine. What's happened to me? What's happened to me?
Do something for him, Sam. For God's sake, do something! Don't con me, Sam. We've been together for a long time.
Well, that man was Pete Lustig. From medical records, from careful physical examination, I know.
All right, it was Pete Lustig. And how is Pete Lustig, Doctor?
He's dead.
Dead. What made him die?
A very ordinary ailment. Pete died of old age.
How does a kid turn into an old man overnight and die? Can you explain that, Doctor? Did they tell you all about it at Randolph Field, Doctor?
Not all of it. They told us there was danger in the X-rays of the sun. They said there were theories that these rays had a deteriorating effect on the cells of human
Simply,
structure.
Doctor, simply so I can understand it, too.
The theory is that these rays produce a decaying process. They're the cause of our growing old. That's the theory.
Yeah, then we've proved it, haven't we, Doctor? That kid won us a prize.
In the observation turret, Pete was subjected to more of them at one time than man has ever experienced. Somehow, during his particular shift, he was bombarded with them. Pete aged a normal lifespan, 70, 80 years.
Well, it's not going to happen to anyone else. The observation turret will be sealed off as of right now.
John, wait. You can't do that. You know we need observation. Without it, we're blind in space. Meteors...
Captain to crew, your attention. No one is to enter observation turret. Machinist-made rivers will well the door. That is all. Log entry, the Venture. 52 hours out from Earth. Ship being navigated entirely on instruments. Crew operating on emergency basis. Captain John Black, master. Log entry, the Venture. 78 hours out from Earth. 7 men in sick bay, unable to diagnose illness. Low fever and lassitude. Approaching gravitational field of Mars. Atmospheric conditions similar to Earth's. Calculate landing in approximately 1...
Condition B exists at Station 12. Condition B exists at Station 12. All men to go to nearest safety lock. Condition B exists at Station 12. Condition B exists at Station 12.
All right, Wetzel. What happened?
Something struck the hull. Tore it open between bulkhead 12 and 13.
Pressure?
Going down pretty fast, sir.
Who's up there?
Lieutenant Samuels and James Burton, sir.
Well, what are you waiting for? Close it off. Close the emergency door.
The lieutenant, sir, and Burton.
They're dead already. Close it.
Yes, sir.
Now give me your microphone, Westphal.
Yes, sir.
Captain to crew, your attention. Condition B replaced by Condition N. All clear. Return to your stations. Prepare to land.
You ready, John?
How are the men in sickbay, Sam?
Oh, happy. They're all right, John. You ready?
Yeah, first one thing. Captain of the crew, your attention. We have landed on Mars. Chemical analysis shows the air to be breathable, and gravity is comparable with that of Earth's. Now hear this. No man is to leave this ship under penalty of courts-martial. Dr. Hingston and I will make a brief reconnaissance. Crew will proceed with repair of ship's hull. As you know, our ship is armed against any possible aggression. I can't impress it upon you too strongly. No man will leave this ship until Dr. Hingston and I ascertain that we are not in a hostile world. That is all. Well, let's go, Sam.
You first, Captain. It's your honor. You, the first man from Earth to walk on Mars. John, look over there. A house. A Victorian house. Colored glass and scrolls. Everything.
I don't believe it. Come on. Sam, look at these. 2 iron deer on this lawn.
Yeah.
We had a pair of these when I was a Hey, Sam, do you hear that? That piano from that house? Sam, this isn't Mars. It can't be. It just can't be.
It can't be, John. But it is.
Well, what did I say, Sam? Somewhere back there in space, that Mars was the Elysian Fields, all sweetness and charm?
No, John, it isn't that. It's what you see. The world like ours on Earth.
And this?
Small town with good air in it. Small town like the one I was born in. Even the twilight's the same. Same smell of flowers. Same sound.
You think that the civilizations of 2 planets can progress at the same rate, develop in the same way?
I do now.
Well, I don't. Look at that house. A Victorian house on Mars? Well, you expect me to believe that? A house with lace-curtain windows, with porch swings, with something that sounds like a player piano and probably is? Playing Let Me Call You Sweetheart. You believe all that?
I believe it. I admit it's strange, but I believe it.
Strange, nuts, it's impossible. We're going back to the ship.
Wait, John. It could be. Yes. It could be that there are similar patterns of thought, movement, civilization on every planet in our system. Say, maybe we're on the threshold of the great psychological and metaphysical discovery of our time. Maybe...
Go on, Sam.
Maybe this proves the existence of God.
You know, not everyone needs proof.
I don't either, but how else can you explain all this? John, it fills me with terror and joy. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
When were you born, Sam?
In 1901.
Well, that makes you 52 years old. Now, this couldn't be heaven. I admit it looks peaceful and cool and pretty much like Council Bluffs where I was born. Yeah, that was a good, quiet place, Council Bluffs, Iowa. See, I remember. Did you see that, Sam? Did you hear it?
I saw it. I heard it. It was there. A horse and carriage going down the street.
Just suppose that by accident, in space, in time or something, we landed on a planet in space, in another time. Suppose this is Earth, 30 or 50 years ago. Well, maybe we got lost in the dimensions. What do you think, Sam?
I think I prefer it my way.
Or maybe someone else has been here before us, years ago, built a rocket ship and came here. You know, that could have been done in secret years ago.
John,
That would explain all this architecture, those maple trees lining the road, that church steeple. Maybe they hated the world as they knew it on Earth and tried to build a new one. Here, on Mars.
Sam, you haven't heard a word.
so much like my hometown. That house, that room up there, with the beaded lamp near the window. When I was a kid, I used to sleep and do my lessons in a room just like that. I'd lie there in the night and I'd be awake. And I could hear the freight trains across the river. John, did you hear that?
Yeah, I hear it. Let's go.
Where?
We're going up to that house and ask questions. Where else? Come on.
Yes, can I help you?
I beg your pardon, but we want to... Well, that is...
If you're selling something, I'm much too busy and I haven't time. We're all at
Oh,
7.
wait. Don't go. What town is this?
What do you mean, what town is this? How could you be in a town and not know what town it was?
I beg your pardon, but we're strangers here. We're from Earth. And we want to know how this town got here. How you got here.
Well, are your senses taken?
No, we...
What do you want, then?
How long has this town been here?
It was built in 1868. Is this a game?
No, it's not a game. Look, try to understand. We're from Earth.
From where?
From Earth.
Where's that?
The Earth, the...
Do you mean
No.
out of the ground?
The planet Earth. Come out on the porch, please, and I'll show you.
No, I won't come out there. You're evidently quite mad from the sun.
Let me try, John. Lady, we came in a flying ship across space among the stars. We came from the third planet from the sun, Earth, to this planet, which is Mars. Now, do you understand?
You are mad from the sun. Go away now. Go away before I call my husband from his supper. He'll beat you up. That's what he'll do.
But this is Mars, isn't it?
This is Green Lake, Wisconsin. On the continent of America, surrounded by the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans on a place called the world, or sometimes the Earth. Go away now. Go away before I call my husband from his supper. He'll beat you up. That's what he'll do.
But this is Mars, isn't it?
This is Green Lake, Wisconsin. On the continent of America, surrounded by the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans on a place called the world, or sometimes the Earth. Go away now. Go away!
Let's take a walk, Sam.
Yeah.
Sam,
Yes?
there's something going on here. Something we don't understand. I want you to go back to the ship. If anything out of the way happens, lift the ship and get out. That's an order, Sam.
All right, if it's an order. John. Look at that woman walking towards us.
What about her?
She looks like my...
Sam. Oh, Sam, you look fine. So grown up. Oh, Sam, don't you know me? It's your grandma. Your old grandma.
Grandmother?
What's wrong, Sam? Oh, and who is this? A friend of yours?
This is Captain John Black. John, this is my grandmother.
Grandmother.
So help me. So help me, John, this is my grandmother. She's dead. She died 30 years ago, but this is my grandmother.
Well, there's no sense standing here on the street. You just come on home. We've so much to talk about. You too, Captain. Any friend of my grandson's is mine, too. Don't stand there with your mouths open. Come on. Here, Sam, have some more iced tea. Would you like some more too, Captain?
Yes, thank you. I would.
Well, here's to our health.
How long have you been here, grandmother?
Ever since I died. Now, don't look like that. I said ever since I died 30 years ago.
Sam,
Who are we to question what happens? What's living anyway? All I know is here I am alive again and no questions asked. Here, Captain. Here, feel my arm. Go ahead. Solid, isn't it? Now, you hear my voice, don't you? You hear it, don't you, Captain?
Yes, I hear it.
Grandmother.
Well, then, why go around questioning?
It's just that we never... Well, I never thought I'd see you again, Grandmother.
Mrs. Hingston...
Yes, some more iced tea,
Oh,
Captain?
no, I just want to ask you a question. Mrs. Hingston,
Yes?
is Mars heaven?
Nonsense. No, it's just a place where we get a second chance, like another Earth. How do we know there wasn't one before Earth?
That's a good question, John.
Well, maybe we better get back to the ship, Sam. It's been nice, Mrs. Hingston. Thanks for the tea.
Oh, you'll be back, of course, for supper, I mean. We're having
I beg your
Sam's...
pardon, Mrs. Hingston. Sam, come here.
Hey, what do you know, John? A parade with a brass band and everything.
My crew, look at them.
But they're heroes to these people. They're being made welcome.
They abandoned ship. They had orders. I'll court-martial every one of them.
John, listen to me. They found old relatives and friends.
They had their orders.
What would you have done?
Obeyed orders. I would have...
What's the matter?
Sam, I don't believe it. It's impossible.
John? They said I would find you here.
Phyllis.
Of course, darling.
Phyllis.
Of course. Who did you think it was?
This is Phyllis, Sam.
We're waiting for you.
Me.
Your mother and father.
They're here.
Waiting for you. At your old house on Oak Knoll Avenue.
You heard that, didn't you, Sam? It's Phyllis. It's Phyllis talking, and she said Mother and Dad and the old...
You understand now. I mean the crew. The same thing has happened to them.
Yeah. No, it's all a dream. When I open my eyes, it'll all be gone. Phyllis will be gone.
Open them, John.
Oh, Phyllis. Phyllis.
Oh, my darling. Darling.
It's good to see you children dancing together again. Your mother would have enjoyed it so much, John.
I must have worn her out with all my questions, Dad.
Don't worry about it, son. She'll get a good rest tonight, in the morning, the days after. We have so much time now. We'll all be together again.
Yes.
Don't go away from me, John. Hold me closer. Oh, I've dreamed so long of dancing with you.
Phyllis.
No more questions. Just accept it. That your mother and father were once dead. That I was killed 10 years ago in a horrible accident. And now I'm alive. And in your arms. Tight. John, hold me tight.
Well, I think I'll run along to bed now. You children won't forget to turn out the lights. Good night, Phyllis.
Night, Dad.
Good night, Dad.
Good night, son.
Good night, Dad.
Shall we go out on the back porch, John, like we used to? Come with me, John. Here. Let's sit here on the steps. Remember that grape arbor? You built it. I remember you hurt your hand, and I cried, and... You're very silent, John. Is there anything wrong?
Phyllis, I just had a crazy notion.
What, darling?
Suppose this were Mars.
But it isn't.
Oh, humor me, Phyllis. Suppose it were Mars, and the Martians saw our ship coming and saw us inside our ship and hated us. And they wanted to destroy us, but in a very clever way.
Yes?
Well, what would be the best weapon a Martian could use against us with our atomic bombs, our hydrogen?
But...
Let me finish. The answer is interesting. The Martians would use telepathy, hypnosis, memory, imagination.
John, don't question us anymore.
Suppose this town, in some other shape, a Martian shape, but by playing on my memory and my desires and my wants, they've made it what I wanted it to be.
Go on, John.
Suppose my mother and father weren't that at all, but two Martians, incredibly brilliant, keeping me under this dreaming hypnosis.
as other Martians have done to my men and to Sam.
You've had your arms around me. You've kissed me. We shared old secrets. Was that a Martian hypnosis, John?
Phyllis,
Yes? What is it, John?
I'm going inside. I'm thirsty. I want to get a drink of water.
You're not thirsty. Stay here with me.
I'm going inside.
You're not thirsty, John.
Phyllis! My gun! Where did you... Put down that gun! Phyllis!
You think too much, John.
Oh, Phil... No. No, not Phyllis. That was right. You're not... You're...
In the morning, the brass band played a mournful dirge. From every house in the street came little solemn processions bearing long boxes. And along the sun-filled street, weeping and changing, came the Martian grandmas and grandfathers, and mothers and sisters and brothers, walking to the churchyard, where there were open holes dug freshly and new tombstones installed. 15 holes in all, and 15 tombstones. 2 of the tombstones said Captain John Black and Samuel Hingston. The mayor made a little sad speech, his face sometimes looking like the mayor, sometimes looking like something else. Mother and Father Black were there too, and Phyllis, and they cried, their faces melting now from a familiar face into something else. Grandma Hingston was there, weeping, her face also shifting like wax, shivering as a thing does in waves of heat on a summer day. The coffins were lowered. Somebody murmured about a job well done and the sudden deaths of 15 fine men during the night. Earth was shoveled in on the coffin top. After the funeral, the brass band played and slammed and banged, and they all marched back into town. And everyone took the day off.
This program came to you from Hollywood. This is ABC Radio Network.